I want to talk to you about how to add and subtract some polynomials. This is essentially just combining like terms, which you are all good at this point in algebra. These are two examples. One's addition, one's subtraction, and let's just go ahead and get started. So for the number 5 I have listed here, we want to gather up like terms. But before we do that, let's make sure that it's okay to drop these parentheses. And if you'll notice, there's nothing outside of them, like a number to distribute. There's also no subtraction symbol or any other sign changes that will occur because everything between this first polynomial and the second one is a positive. So let's go ahead and just kind of highlight which terms are the same or outline those, and then we'll worry about putting them together. So let's see. I typically like to start with the highest term first. So I will start with the end of the fourth. So there are no more into the fourth. So for number 5, your first term would be into the fourth. Okay, and let's go ahead and see what's next. Next would be the 3. So there's a -7 into the third. I don't see another one of those. So -7 into the third. Let's go on to the next one. Let's look for n squared. There's one right there. Oh, and there's another one. So we've got 2 of them, -7 n squared plus 5n squared. So we're adding these together. So let's combine their coefficients just like we would if we were just adding or subtracting. So -7 plus 5 is -2. So we write it as -2n squared. And then let's see, we've got a -6 and a +7. So -6 plus 7 is a +1. So there you have it. There's that. I do want to show you a different way you could do this one, and maybe you will be able to do it here on number 6. All right, so when we look at number 6, the first thing I notice is that there is a subtraction here. Now, there's not a number to distribute or anything like that, but technically, we do need to distribute something, and it's that negative. This is very similar to when we did complex numbers and we needed to distribute a negative between those. So let's do that first. When we do this, all of those things are going to change. So let's rewrite the problem, and we're actually going to drop the parentheses because we don't need them anymore after we distribute. So the first term in this one's going to become a -6n to the fourth. The second term is going to be a -7n. And then lastly, the last one's going to be a -6n to the third. All right, let's see if I can show you a different way you could go about this. You can combine your like terms by kind of stacking them together. And so here's what I'm talking about. So let's see. Let's start with our highest term. It's -6 into the fourth and 7 into the fourth. So what I'm going to do is stack them. So 7 into the fourth, and then it's a -6 into the fourth. Okay, so next we've got some 3s. There's another one. So let's do a +7 into the third minus a 6 into the third. Okay, we've used those. Let's see, I don't see any squared terms, so we can skip that. I do see one here that's a regular old n term. So let's just put that beside one of these. It doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom. And then the last thing I see is this -7. There's not another -7, so we're just going to tag it on to the top there. If you will think about it like this, we're going to vertically combine these together. And it's the same way as you would doing it horizontally. It just, for some people, looks easier when you stack them on top of each other. So 7 into the third -6 into the third, let's start with the fourth. 7 into the fourth minus 6 into the fourth will be 1 into the fourth. Do you need that 1? Not necessarily. All right, and then 7 into the third minus 6 into the third will be another +1 into the third. And we do not have anything to add here, so we're just going to bring those on down. Some people like this way of adding and combining like terms, but if this is not for you, the other way is perfectly fine.